I just give them the darshan.
Yeah, take a picture of the darshan and of the deities too. There are no problems with it?
No, these are actually Anil's son. Prasila's son.
Oh, really?
They have donated the house to the Lotoka temple.
We're having fun with you, posting it.
His mother has met him many times.
Yeah. Priscilla, yes. Oh, nice. Yeah, I think so. Sometime years back, right?
Yeah, many years back.
Yeah,
10 years back.
Yeah. She's just been there. So my sister gave birth.
Not you.
Very good, very good. Thank you. Yes, with 3 children, so. Right. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, let's see how we're going to do here.
But थोड़ा मोड़ा हाँ हाँ मारे ऐसा नहीं बोली प्रोग्राम के बाद हाँ मारे ये वाला गिटार ला चला का बेटा इधर से थोड़ा राइट है काफी राइट मिक्स वाला भी माने करे ना हाँ अब मिक्स वाला पकड़ ली महाराज के चार्जिंग बहुत ग्रुप के जी समझ के कौन ग्रुप है यूथ कुछ इसको कनेक्ट करेगा हमारी चालू बता
All right. Nice picnic, isn't it? This is ecstatic. Oh, good enough I've had. Some of the old people just stay. As long as they're not in the majority. Okay, everyone. They're going? No, they can stay. All right, so we're gonna do specially today is tell the story about Lord Nityananda's picnic. How about that? Okay, so let's chant first. Jaya. I guess I should use the guitar. Forget about the guitar. My toes. Jaya Radha Madhura Kunja Bihari
Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari
Jana Balaba Girivarudha
Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Givaranari
Gopi Jana Balaba Girivarudha
Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Vallabha Girivaradhari
Yasunanandana Rajajana Ranjana
Yashodanandana Vraja Jana Ranjana
Yasodanandana Rajajana Ranjana
Yashodanandana Vraja Jana Ranjana
Yamuna Tira Vanachari
Yamuna Tira Vanachari
Yamuna Tira Vanachari
Yamuna Tira Vanachari
Jayo Ranu Madhuva Kunja Vihanti
Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari
Jayo Ranu Madhuva Kunja Vihanti
Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari
Gopi Janabalaba Girivarudhanti
Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Givaradhari
Gopi Janabalaba Girivarudhanti
Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Givaradhari
Yasunanandana Rajajanaranjana
Yashodanandana Vraja Jana Ranjana
Yasunanandana Rajajanaranjana
Yashodanandana Vraja Jana Ranjana
Yamuna Tira Vanachari
Yamuna Tira Vanachari
Yamuna Tira Vanachari
Yamuna Tira Vanachari
Jaya Madhuva Kunja Vihanti
Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari
Ayuradu Madhuva Kunja Vihanti
Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari
Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahansa Parvacharya. Also tell us Satishi Shimad, His Divine Grace Abhaya Chatana Bhaktivedanta Goswami Marshal Prabhupada Ki Jai, ISKCON Founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai, Koti Vaishnav Vrinda Ki Jai, Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai, Vrinda Se Kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shidway Gadadha Shiva Siddhi Gaur Bhaktavinda Ki Jai, Shri Krishna Gopinath Sai Mukund Radhakunda Giri Govardhan Ki Jai, Vrindavanam Ki Jai, Charanam Ki Jai, Swami Ki Jai, Yamunamai Ki Jai, Srimati Tulasi Devi Ki Jai, Samveda Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai, Gaur Premananda Hari Hari. All glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to Shri Guru and Gauranga, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Sai Srimati Bhaktivedanta Swami Namani Namaste. Nirvashesha Shanyavadi Paschacha Deshatarni. So I thought we'd read from the Chaitanya Charitamrita today about Raghunath Das Goswami. It's a wonderful story. So, first we start off with, everybody knows this, Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaur Bhakta Vrinda
Jai Jai Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda
Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaur Bhakta Vrinda
Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Okay, so this is the story of Raghunath Das Goswami. Raghunath Das Goswami is the teacher of the highest aspect of Krishna consciousness, which is called Prayojana, which means basically going back to home, back to Godhead. So this is the story of him leaving home to join Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So Raghunath Das Goswami was born in a very nice devotee family, but his family wouldn't let him become a devotee. We find that sometimes. I have sometimes parents who are initiated devotees and their child wants to be a devotee. No. Because they're afraid that means that the child will not be economically developed or something like that. So Raghunath Das Goswami was kept at home by bodyguards. Each time he wanted to become a devotee, they would bring him back. So he was captured. So he thought, the only way I can get the mercy of Lord Chaitanya is by getting the mercy of Lord Nityananda. So here's the story. So he got the mercy of Lord Nityananda in the village of Panihati. So read some of the verses. Raghunath Das considered something in his mind, and the next day he went to Lord Nityananda. In the village of Panihati, Raghunath Das obtained an interview with Nityananda Prabhu, who was accompanied by many kirtan performers, servants, and others. So for those of you who don't know, Lord Nityananda is Balaram. Just like we have the Panchatattva, everyone knows about the Panchatattva. Yeah, Lord Chaitanya was Krishna, Nityananda is Balaram, Advaita Acharya is Mahavishnu. You have Gadadhar, who is representing Radharani, the internal potency of the Lord, and then finally you have Srivas, who is Narada Muni, representing us. So sitting on a rock under a tree on the bank of the Ganges, Lord Nityananda seemed as effulgent as hundreds of thousands of suns. Many devotees sat on the ground surrounding him. Seeing the influence of Nityananda Prabhu, Raghunath Das was very astonished. Raghunath Das offered his obeisances by falling prostrate at a distant place, and the servant of Lord Nityananda pointed out, there is Raghunath Das offering you obeisances. Hearing this, Lord Nityananda Prabhu said, you are a thief. You have come to see me. Come here. Come today, I will punish you. So we have to understand that Lord Nityananda is the original spiritual master, and no one makes any spiritual advancement without Lord Nityananda. That's why we worship Gaur Nitai, not just Lord Chaitanya by himself. The Lord called him, but Raghunath did not go near him. Then the Lord forcibly caught him and placed his lotus feet upon Raghunath Das's head. Lord Nityananda was by nature very merciful and funny. Being merciful, he spoke to Raghunath Das as follows. You are coming just like a thief, for instead of coming near, you stay away at a distant place. Now that I have captured you, I shall punish you. Make a festival and feed all my associates yogurt and chip rice. Hearing this, Raghunath Das was greatly pleased. Raghunath Das immediately sent his own men to the village to purchase all, remember he came from a rich family, so he had a lot of money, purchase all kinds of eatables and bring them back. Raghunath Das brought chip rice, yogurt, milk, sweetmeats, sugar, bananas, and other eatables and placed them all around, just like we're all going to take for supper. Maybe not sweet rice, but at least there'll be bananas. As soon as they heard that a festival was going to be held, all kinds of Brahmins and other gentlemen began to arrive. Thus they were innumerable people. That means a lot of people. Seeing the crowd increasing, Raghunath Das arranged to get more eatables from other villages. He brought 200 to 400 large, round earthen pots. He also obtained 5 or 7 especially large earthen pots. And in these pots, a Brahmin began soaking chip rice for the satisfaction of Lord Nityananda. In one place, chip rice was soaked in hot milk in each of the large pots. Then half of the rice was mixed with yogurt, sugar, and bananas. The other half, sounds good, doesn't it? The other half was mixed with condensed milk. A special type of banana known as champa kala. That's the very small banana you have here. You know, it looks like this. You seen it?
Lady finger.
Yeah, it's the same type of banana. Then sugar, ghee, and camphor oil. After Lord Nityananda had changed his cloth for a new one and sat on a raised platform, the Brahmin brought before him 7 huge pots. On that platform, all the most important associates of Lord Nityananda, as well as other important men, sat down in a circle around the Lord. Among them, the name of certain devotees, were Ramdas, Sundarananda, Gadadhar Das, Murari, Kamalak Kuras, Sadashiva, and Purandara. And there's names of some other words which I'm going to skip. Similarly, Udarana Dat Thakur and many other personal associates of the Lord sat on the raised platform with Lord Nityananda. No one could count them all. Hearing about the festival, all kinds of learned scholars, Brahmins, and priests went there. Lord Nityananda honored them and made them sit on a raised platform with him. Everyone was offered 2 earthen pots. In one was put chip rice with condensed milk. We should have had that prepared. Forgot to tell him about that. The other chip rice was with yogurt. All the other people sat in groups around the platform. No one could count how many people there were. Each and every one of them was supplied 2 earthen pots, one of chip rice soaked in yogurt and the other chip rice soaked in condensed milk. Some of the brahmanas, not having gotten a place on the platform, went to the Ganges and with their 2 earthen pots soaked their chip rice there. Others who could not even get a place on the bank of the Ganges got down in the water and began eating their 2 kinds of chip rice. Thus, some sat on the platform, some at the base of a platform, and some on the bank of the Ganges, and they were all supplied 2 pots, each by 20 men who distributed the food. At that time, Raghava Pandit arrived there. Seeing this situation, he began to laugh in great surprise. He brought many kinds of food cooked in ghee and offered to the Lord. This prasadam he first placed before Lord Nityananda and then distributed among the devotees. Raghava Pandit said to Lord Nityananda, "For you, sir, I've already offered food to the deity, but you were engaged in a festival here, and so the food was lying there untouched." Lord Nityananda replied, "Let me eat all this food here during this day, and I shall eat at your home at night. I belong to a community of coward men, and therefore, coward boys actually, and therefore I generally have many coward associates with me. I am happy when we eat together in a picnic like this by the sandy bank of the river." So what we're doing is bona fide. Lord Nityananda liked that stuff. He didn't like to stay in a temple. He wanted to have fun. Lord Nityananda made Raghava Pandit sat down, and he had 2 pots delivered to him. There were 2 kinds of chip rice soaked in them. When chip rice had been served to everyone, Lord Nityananda Prabhu, in meditation, brought Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. When Lord Chaitanya arrived, Lord Nityananda Prabhu stood up. Then they saw how the others were enjoying chip rice with yogurt and condensed milk. From each and every pot, Lord Nityananda took 1 morsel of chip rice and pushed it into the mouth of Lord Chaitanya as a joke. Lord Chaitanya, also smiling, took a morsel of food, pushed it into the mouth of Nityananda, and laughed as he made Nityananda eat it. So in other words, Lord Chaitanya wasn't there But Lord Nityananda, by his mercy, brought Lord Chaitanya there, but very few devotees could see him. Actually, Raghunath Das could see him. In this way, Lord Nityananda was walking through all the groups of the leaders, and all the Vaishnavas standing there were seeing the fun. No one could understand what Nityananda Prabhu was doing as he walked about. Some, however, were very fortunate and could see that Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was also present. Then Nityananda Prabhu smiled and sat down. On his right side, he kept 4 pots of chip rice that had not been made from boiled paddy. Lord Nityananda offered Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu a place and had him sit down. Then the 2 brothers began eating chip rice. Seeing Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu eating with him, Lord Nityananda Prabhu became very happy and exhibited varieties of ecstatic love. Lord Nityananda Prabhu ordered, "All of you eat. Chant the holy name of Hari." Immediately the holy names of Hari Hari resounded, filling the entire universe. When all the Vaishnavas were chanting the holy names, Hari Hari, and eating, they remembered how Krishna and Balaram ate with their companions, the coward boys, on the bank of the Yamuna. So even Krishna and Balaram, they like to eat outside picnics. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Lord Nityananda Prabhu are extremely merciful and liberal. It was Raghunath Das's good fortune they accepted all these dealings. Who can understand the influence and mercy of Lord Nityananda Prabhu? He is so powerful that he induced Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to come and eat chip rice on the bank of the Ganges. All the confidential devotees who were coward boys, headed by Sri Ram Das, were absorbed in ecstatic love. They thought the bank of the Ganges to be the bank of the Yamuna. So we should think like that. This is like the bank of the Yamuna. Think like that. Meditation, it actually becomes the bank of the Yamuna. When the shopkeepers of many other villages heard about the festival, they arrived there to sell chip rice, yogurt, sweetmeats, and bananas. As they came, bringing all kinds of food, Raghunath Das purchased it all. He gave them the price for their goods and later fed them the very same food. Anyone who came to see how these funny things were going on was also fed chip rice, yogurt, and bananas. After Lord Nityananda Prabhu finished eating, he washed his hands and mouth and gave Raghunath Das the food remaining in the 4 pots. So he took the remnants of Lord Nityananda. And he's going to describe what happened after that. So, anyway, there's some more description here. But Raghunath Das, at the end of this story, he's asked to give some charity to all the Vaishnavas. So he gives charity to all the Vaishnavas. So by serving Lord Nityananda and all the Vaishnavas, then he gets the mercy of being able to run away from home. I'm not saying you should do that. I mean, you're all getting permission for your parents to come here, I hope. But Raghunath didn't. And so therefore, he needed the mercy of Lord, and we need the mercy of Lord Nityananda too. The way we get Lord Nityananda's mercy? Anyone know?
By serving the devotees.
By helping others come to Krishna consciousness. Because Lord Nityananda was sent out on the first party of Sankirtan by Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And who do they go to? The Ayers. Jagai and Mala. You know the story? 2 drunkards. They did all sorts of horrible things. And Lord Nityananda approached them. One time he and Haridas Thakur approached them. And they ran after them. Ran after Haridas Thakur and Lord Nityananda, trying to hurt them. But because they were drunk, they couldn't run that fast. So that's why it's good for any preacher drunk. If they get angry, they're just like, can't run. So then, but the second time Lord Nityananda went out, then this one person, Madai, he hit Lord Nityananda on the head with a broken pot. And then Lord Nityananda started to bleed. Lord Chaitanya was called. Lord Chaitanya was getting ready with the Sudarshan Chakra disc to kill Vadai, and Lord Nityananda begged for their forgiveness, and they were forgiven, and they became great devotees. So by Lord Nityananda's mercy, which is obtained by sharing Krishna consciousness with others, then we can actually get the mercy of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And then we can understand Radha and Krishna's activities. Because Raghunath Das Goswami was the one who explained more about Radha and Krishna's activities practically than anyone. The other Goswamis have put out. Okay, keep it short. Any questions or comments? Since this program is for all of you. No. What's that? Oh, some of the shoes are going to be washed away. So anybody have any questions before we take Prasad? Yeah.
Guru Maharaj, in cases of preaching to the drunks, so during book distribution,
Yeah.
if we do distribute, for example, a Bhagavad Gita to someone who's actually sitting and drinking,
Yeah.
Do we commit any sort of
No.
offense?
That's ecstatic. It's ecstatic because they're going to be acquiring or accruing punya, Krishna conscious punya at that particular point. So it's actually a positive thing. Actually, even Prabhupada said that we could distribute Gaurnatai deities in everyone's home on Sankirtan. It's shocking, isn't it? Like even if someone's a meat eater, Gaurnatai is so merciful, you could put them in their home, instruct them, put a little fruit in front of them, not meat. But you put them and you chant the Hare Krishna mantra. You have a little piece of paper and instruct them to chant Hare Krishna mantra. Gaurnatai are so merciful. You wouldn't do that with Radha and Krishna. But with Gaurnatai. And so Prabhupada's books are like that. They're so merciful. I mean, when I received Prabhupada's book, first book, his Krishna book, I basically didn't know anything about Krishna consciousness. But I read it, and I wasn't eating meat. I was actually vegetarian. I read it, and I didn't drink. I didn't do any bad thing. But I didn't come from the spiritual world either. So I read it, and I became attracted, and here I am today. The holy name is for everyone, the books are for everyone, but the worship of Radha and Krishna is actually very elevated. So we don't really give them Radha Krishna deities. But we give them any of these books. Actually, all the books are available on the internet too, so anybody can read the books. Okay, any other questions? Yeah.
Question. How can we focus on more quality chanting?
Excuse me. One can focus on more quality chanting, several different ways that I've explained to the devotees. One way is that before we chant, we have a sankalpa. A sankalpa means an intention. You know, why am I chanting? Oftentimes we do things ritualistically. We chant because we have to chant, whatever, 16 rounds or whatever rounds you chant. Hopefully 16. Anyway, so instead of thinking I'm chanting, well, I have to get these done so I can get on with my real life, which is eating, sleeping, doing all sorts of nice things. We're thinking, why am I chanting? You know, I'm chanting. Most of us should think we're chanting to connect ourselves with Krishna, to get Krishna's mercy. And chanting with devotion, chanting from the heart. If you chant with your mind, the mind is always wandering. So you have to chant with your heart instead of the mind. And then realize, one thing I do is, I realize that I'm touching Tulsi Devi the whole time. It's like circumambulating Tulsi Devi in the morning, Tulsi worship. So, it's ecstatic. Here I am, touching a pure devotee. You know, people become ecstatic to touch the lotus feet of a pure devotee. But here we're doing the same thing continually. You know, dusting all up. So that's one way you can approach it. Another way is when you share Krishna consciousness with others, you get more of a taste for chanting. If you just keep it to yourself, you're not going to have such a taste. But when you share it with others, like Lord Nityananda, then you get a taste. All right? Some hints. Some hints. And, you know, sometimes you have to stand up when you're chanting. Sometimes you have to walk when you're chanting, especially if you're falling asleep. I mean, I've already chanted more than my rounds today. Because I get up early. Getting up early helps. You know, I don't know if it's possible for everyone. I know you like to be in bed. So you like real life programs, right? Staying up till 11 or 12 o'clock at night. Doesn't work. You know, I try to take rest by 8 or 9 in the evening. And then, I mean, this morning I was up a little late, 4 o'clock in the morning. Late for me. I mean, I like to get up at 2:30 in the morning. It's my favorite time. Because everybody is sleepy now. You can chant with attention. And here we have the beach. You know, I'm very fortunate. When I'm staying here, I have the beach to walk on. But if I'm somewhere else, sometimes in Suva, of course, I walk up and down the road there. And I get to hear the nice Oxford people. Right? And they play their Krishna conscious music. So it's not the best situation, but it's better than nothing. And then wherever I'm at, if I'm in India, then I'll circumambulate the temple or go out around Govardhan. Or, you know, I always go out and chant at that time of the morning. That way there's no sleeping. It's just like chanting. Nothing else is happening. So that helps. What's that? The tide is coming up. So, who else has a question? Oh, tell me.
Gurudev, often when people experience grief, it could be anything, unhappiness or
Right,
loss
right.
of a family member. The first thing that happens is they drift away from godliness
Yeah.
because their faith is shaken. How do you preach to someone who is in grief or some sort of unhappiness in life to come closer to Krishna?
Well, first of all, you don't preach to them. It's actually wrong to preach to them at that point. What I do is you empathize with them first. If someone is in grief, what they're really trying to do is communicate that grief and be understood by others. So let's say, all right, why don't we do an act? Who wants to make believe they're in grief? Any good criers? Okay, I'll have to do it myself. Anyway,
This man.
so let's say someone's, I just discovered I just discovered the doctor said I have 2 months to live. Right? This is a good one. 2 months to live. Oh my God, how can God do this to me? I'm still young. You know, I've been chanting Hare Krishna my whole life. And this is what he does after I've served him for like 50 years. Oh my God, I don't believe in Krishna anymore. Anyway, so I'm exaggerating. So then I would go to the person, I would say, you know, you're going through a very difficult time, yeah. I would empathize with, not tell them what to do, not tell them the philosophy. I would say it's very difficult. It's really challenging for one's faith. You know, why would Krishna, you know, I reflect the question. I said, why would Krishna do this? And they said, well, that person's beginning to understand me. And then, if you do that enough, and not overdo it. You don't tell them how they're supposed to think. You don't, but you never tell them, don't cry, everything's all right, Krishna has a plan. It doesn't work. It's like going into a hospital with someone in pain and telling them they're not the body. Oh, I'm in so much pain. You're not the body, Guru. What's wrong with you? Brahma Bhuta Prasanatma. Yeah, you know, it's ridiculous. You can't do that. So, the interesting thing is, they come to sweep us away. The interesting thing is that they will actually take care of themselves. If they feel connected to, if they, if they're devotees, obviously, speaking about devotees, if they feel connected to, if they feel, Hare Krishna. Hey, Hare Krishna. Hare Ram. Wow, very nice. See, we're making the whole world. How would we get this opportunity if we were inside right now? The neighbors, they got a chance to hear consciousness. Like, someone's calling on my phone.
Yeah. Maypur.
Didn't interfere with us.
No.
Okay. So.
Morning, guys. Morning.
Good morning.
Morning. How are you?
Morning. How are you?
Good.
Good to see
Sorry,
you.
I'm across the eye.
Good to see you.
All right, have a good day.
Have a good day. Yeah. Don't clean up your shoes.
Very cold.
Cold?
Very cold. Not too cold for me. So, I find that if people find you to be compassionate and empathic, they will actually become more Krishna conscious. So there's a time to preach, there's a time just to be empathic with people. It's really important, just like one of the devotees, some of you may know him, Dowji. That's right, he's in the hospital, so I call him every day. I don't preach to him. I don't say, remember Krishna. That pain is, just a token reaction for your past activities in this world. I say, how you feeling? You're praying to Krishna. Krishna has a plan. You can bring Krishna, and Krishna has a plan, but let them figure out what Krishna's plan is. That's not up to you to tell them. So in other words, there's a time to preach and there's a time not to preach. But people, really when we're bringing people to Krishna consciousness, it's a question of marketing. You have to understand people's needs. Like here in Fiji, can anyone guess what the main reason people come to Krishna consciousness for?
Food.
Not food. Food is nice. The shop's nice, but it's what? Association. They come because they want to have a nice group of friends and family, and a large group. It's very nice, isn't it? It's like here, you have your group of young people. Too old. But you have they're not that old. You have your group of young people, and it's there's a good feeling about group, isn't it? So you like to have people, society. I would say 90% of the people here in Fiji come to Krishna consciousness because they want that basic human need. Very few people come because they're looking for the absolute truth. I don't find that very much here. With me, that was the case. I was looking for the truth, but I was unique. I was unique because, anyway, because I was always like performing yoga, and I was used to being alone and going to the forest and everything like that. So, so that means we have to present Krishna consciousness in that way, and also that means we have to get along with each other. The main thing, what do you think the main things that it prevents Krishna consciousness from spreading further here in Fiji? What?
Disunity.
Huh?
Disunity.
Disunity, fighting between the devotees, party spirit.
He said yesterday, don't come into my area.
Yeah, don't come into my area. Isn't it? Everybody has their own little zone.
Zones.
And you have to, you know, you have to get visas. You want to go to whatever. I'm not going to mention certain places. But anyway. And it's like that. Actually, when Prabhupada left the planet, the different guru zones were something like that too. That's the history of this time. It really hurt our movement. So, so anyway, so it's just the relationship between the devotees. If the devotees have nice, loving relationships, and of course in Rupa Goswami's Upadeshamrita, nectar instruction, he talks about this, you know, giving prasadam, accepting prasadam, giving gifts, accepting gifts. You know, we can do things like having birthdays. It's not a Maya. You know, isn't it? You know, birthdays, you celebrate, you go to someone's wedding, you go, you know, anything happens, you go there. You make friends, and you like all the devotees. You may not agree with everybody. You don't have to agree with everybody. You can still be friendly with them. I mean, I have many friends in the movement, for example, who completely think differently than me. I'll give you an example. One of them is my dear godbrother Bhakti Vikash Maharaj, who's extremely conservative. You know, he thinks, and I don't agree with him, don't worry. He thinks that women should stay in the back of the temple, and wear their sari is like. Seriously, you know, I visited his temple, and he said, "Where are all the ladies?" He said, "Oh, in the back of the." Had to have binoculars. So, but he's a good friend. You know, and so, very nice devotee. I don't agree with him. And then the other hand, I have another godbrother who's so liberal that he doesn't believe in doties. I'm not going to mention it. He's a sannyasi and basically doesn't believe in doties. And he doesn't wear neck beads. And so he is a good friend. And I love them both. But I don't put them both together in the same place. It's like oil and water. But anyway, so so the point is that we have to have the International Society for Christian Health. And Prabhupada actually said unity and diversity. I don't know if any of you understand what that means. Have unity, understand that everybody's different. But we're unified to serve Prabhupada in different ways. That's all. That's all. And respect everybody. In whatever way they're doing it, that's their realization. That's their realization. If we can do that, associate, all take prasadam together, movement will grow dramatically. That's why people come to the temple. I mean, even in America it's like that. We got so many people coming to the temple because if the temple is such like a warm, we keep, well, this is Nukaloka, which you're all invited to move to.
Coming soon.
Yeah, I mean, just get a visa. But we have so many people coming because we have a very warm environment. We have devotees from all over India and all over the United States too. We have South Indians, Bengalis, a few Fijian rascals. You know, we have devotees from all over. And it's so sweet. Like one Sunday feast, all the South Indian devotees will take over the Sunday feast. And they'll make a pure South Indian Sunday feast with idlis and dosas and serve everybody in banana leaves. Imagine, we had 400 or 500 people eating on banana leaves at our temple. And we don't have banana groves. I don't know where they got the banana leaves. But it was just, you know, it's nice. It's just nice, and everybody works together with Rath Yatra. And, you know, as far as the management, it's not like really autocratic, you know, centralized management. Everybody's empowered. And so when people are empowered, they become powerful. You know, if you try to control everything, then it weakens everybody and everything. So, I mean, that's the secret. I mean, we have so many devotees coming to the temple that we don't have space for everybody. You know, we had 15,000 people come for Janmashtami. 15,000. That's a lot. Because people feel welcome. And then we have other temples around. There's so many temples around us. There's Swami Narayan, two Swami Narayan temples, you know, Bops and the regular Swami Narayan. Right around us. And then there's also South Indian SV temple, Venkateshwara temple. There's a general Hindu temple with billions of deities in it. So it's not that we don't have competition. Like you have here in Fiji, there's so many different temples. There's Ram Mandir, there's Orisan temple, there's everything. I mean, we have the largest concentration, one of the largest concentrations of people from India in our area. And so, but everybody works together, you know, and people feel very much empowered and with loving relationships. And so anyway, that's the secret. That's the secret. You got to market Krishna consciousness according to people's needs, right? And so that's how you deal with people in grief. You explain to, you know, you're just empathic. You love people. And I told the devotees, the reason I took so long to join the movement is because they preached too heavy to me. I mean, actually, a year or two. Because I went to the temple and they told me I had to immediately surrender and shave my head. And I was going, basically, Yamaraj was coming to get me, Kali Yuga was coming to get me. You know, I said, let me get the hell out of here. I said, you know, I've had an overdose of Krishna consciousness. So for a year or two, I was just like avoiding the devotees until I met Prabhupada. Then I didn't avoid it. Then I tolerated it. So really, that's the point. Compassion, empathy, loving people, being concerned with people's needs. Not only their spiritual needs, but whatever needs they have. I mean, just like even the Christians do that. They go into the hospitals, isn't it? And they're very compassionate with people, and people decide to become a Christian. And they don't even preach. That's what the Seventh-day Adventists do, and also the Mormons. You know, they don't preach very much. So our preaching should be compassion, and then when people are interested in Krishna consciousness, then we answer their questions. Not shove it down their throat. So, any other questions? Yeah.
Maharaj, recently around the world there's growing talks and efforts by people about reducing the effects of climate change.
Yeah.
But we know as Kali Yuga progresses, the world will deteriorate. So how can we still remain hopeful or positive about the future?
Yeah, that's a good point. Well, the world is going to deteriorate, but not that fast. You still got over 400,000 years to deteriorate. And I think, because of climate change, which is caused by pollution and everything like that, we're sort of accelerating the deterioration, and it's an unnecessary deterioration, unnecessary acceleration of the deterioration. So as devotees, we should be as much environmentally conscious as possible. We should talk about it with people, and we ourselves should be not using plastic plates or things like that. We should use disposable stuff. We should all get electric cars. I have an electric car.
Tesla.
You know how much I've spent on petrol the last few years? Zero. So at least if you have to drive, do something that's more environmentally conscious. Here in Fiji, everyone wants to get these big SUVs. You know what an SUV is? Sport utility vehicle. And it's just, if you need it, you need it. I understand. But otherwise, why not get something economical? Why pollute the environment more than you have to? So we should be conscious of that. And Fiji, so many people driving cars back and forth. Suva and Astoria every day, isn't it? Oh, it's hellish. So you should encourage the government to get a train. Isn't it?
The previous government, they were thinking of.
Yeah, you would alleviate most of the traffic here. Fast train going there back and forth. You'd save people hours a day in travel time. It'd be amazing. Public transportations. Yeah, so we should be concerned about it. Very, very concerned about it. Because here we are sitting on the beach with all these country houses, but anyway. Causing more erosion. What can you do? We should just make some grass huts here. We should just have a grass hut for the next house. More environmentally conscious. So anyways, that's the point. Good relationships, empathy, and then the movement will expand exponentially. Otherwise, we get people, we'll lose people. We get people, we'll lose people. So my first point is good relationships. Not money, not building temples. Just like in Suva, we were making more devotees before we had a temple, isn't it? Anyone who came from Suva remembers that?
7 months.
We just had 7 miles, this little place. And the place was so primitive that the bees would come and attack you as you. Does anyone remember that?
Yes.
You remember that? I remember giving a Sunday program and the bees were tagging me and climbing all over me. And it's just like, oh my God. So many people joined. So buildings are not necessary to make devotees. Relationships are necessary. Try to remember that. Okay, any other questions? We have some. Yes.
Gurudev, why in Fiji we fail to preach to the natives?
Well, there's a lot of reasons for that. I can go down the list. One is that there's very strong Christianity, fanatic Christianity amongst the natives. I'm just going to give a variety of reasons. And I've actually initiated some of the natives, but they basically get pulled back. Even they're, really nice people, and they just get pulled back by their community, who think that Krishna consciousness is basically interfering or against their religion or of the devil or something like that. And it's very hard because the communities are very strong there to bring people to Krishna consciousness. And also, on the other hand, there's still some resentment amongst many of the native Fijians because of the Indians. Some of them may feel that the Indians came and exploited them. I'm not saying they did. I'm just saying that that's the feeling sometimes, like that. So they may not have so much trust. Let's see, there's another one. So maybe it's better to bring in to speak to the native Fijians some devotees from overseas who are either white or black. People from Africa, like Bhakti Tirth Maharaj came here one time, and the devotees, people asked, some of the natives asked, "Who is he?" And I said, "Well, he's one of you." So they very much appreciate that, and I know, even if people come from America, white bodies, they may appreciate that too. And also, we should have unrealistic expectations and push people in general too quickly to take initiation. We have to allow people to experience a little Krishna consciousness, and not try to just sometimes with people from India, the Fiji Indian population, you can push a little bit. But just let them come and take prasadam. Because in many cases, not only with the native Fijians, my preaching is based upon trying to engage people as much as possible in this life, so the next life they can make further advancement. I mean, if I were to take as my goal to get everyone to fully surrender, chant 16 rounds, take initiation, I'd be very frustrated. So I'm thinking, just like the neighbors who came over here, it's nice they came. They don't need to go any further in this lifetime. If they want to, that's great. If they don't, that's fantastic too. Or the people who are sweeping the beach. Somehow or other, they got association with devotees. So their spiritual progress has started. Their spiritual progress of going back to Godhead has started. And that's all they may do in this lifetime. And so that's the way I think. I don't have unrealistic expectations of people. And that way, if they actually do become like 16 rounds, and also 4 regulated principles, then I'm really appreciative. So it's important not to have unrealistic expectations. And so, dealing with people who are different cultures and everything like that, just give them as much Krishna consciousness, going, if someone knows how to play Western instruments like a guitar like me, then you go into their villages, you have a little kirtan. They'll chant. That's success right there. So, we're thinking success means, dhoti wearing, sari wearing, tilak wearing, neck beads. That's not, that shouldn't be our gauge of success. Success means to get people to chant Hare Krishna once. Now, sometimes I come into Fiji and there's all the native guitar players there greeting people, and they see me and they start chanting Hare Krishna. That's successful. I'm not going to go up to them and say, now that you're chanting Hare Krishna, don't you understand you got 4 regulators? Especially fish for you. So, I think oftentimes we're too pushy. We expect too much. So, I think on the other hand, many Fijian people have been attracted to Krishna consciousness in their own way. And the next life, they may be able to Krishna consciousness. And many Indians do, why haven't we made more members amongst the Indians? Right? I mean, you're just a small man. I mean, how many young people are there here on the island? How many?
5.
There's different divisions. Gujarat Samaj, we have Catholics, Methodist.
What? Yeah, Gujarat,
Sangam, Sanatan Youth.
Have we made any devotees amongst the Sanatan youth?
No.
So why talk about the natives? We haven't even gone to the Sanatan. We made anybody from the Gujarati Samaj?
Yes. He got initiated in the
Raghav
Suva
Chaitanya.
family.
Raghav Chaitanya. Yeah.
Oh.
He has
He's
been coming to the temple
Since he's very
since he's
small.
very
All right, so you got one.
yes.
Yes.
But you made any other inroads? Any from the Swami Narayan people? I don't think so.
They come to temple.
oh yeah.
The Sangha temples, yeah. So basically, there's a lot of groups of people that we haven't made any inroads in. I mean, one nice thing is that,
Gurudev. He's from Sanatan.
it's not.
Yeah.
We're actually Sanatan. I mean, one nice thing is the program that Jivanath Prabhu does. Getting every one of the schools to chant Hare Krishna. Oh wow! That's amazing, isn't it? That's amazing. He does that. So I mean, that's success. You can't really think of success as on the high level like that. It's rare that people will be on the level of all of you. It's extremely rare. So you should understand how fortunate you are. And that fortune has come because that after many lifetimes you've been exposed to Krishna consciousness. And why would you be here otherwise? Isn't it? It's not just this one lifetime. It's that many lifetimes. Why are you? Some of you were born in devotee families. Why? It's not by accident. Actually, Prabhupada said you're born in devotee families, you're like Kunta children. Heard that expression? It means many lifetimes. Okay. Time for Prashada. Okay, what's that? One more question. What?
Sometimes we as devotees, we are invited by our non-devotee friends because they come to our temple
Yeah.
and sometimes they have puja at home. They expect the devotees, especially the young people, to come. And when I think then it's the way we see we have to go so we can make friends. But sometimes the senior devotees said we shouldn't be going and attending all those things.
Well, you don't have to attend all those things. But certainly you should reciprocate. If one of your friends who isn't, I don't even want to say non-devotee, I would say who's not yet Krishna conscious, because everyone's a devotee. So let's say you have one of your friends who's not yet realized he's a devotee or she's a devotee. You go there, and they'll come to the temple. You make friends with people. You can't be fanatic like that, isn't it? No, everybody will think we're a bunch of fanatic people. I mean, I remember when I first joined the movement, I wouldn't even eat food cooked by my mother anymore. Can you imagine my poor mother? Even if she made vegetarian food, she was making it out of love, and I said, no, I'm not hungry today. And all I ate was a banana. I was so fanatic in the beginning. And even when I go to see my mother, I'd always bring the brahmachari with me to protect me. My mother. Can you imagine how she felt? I mean, it's lucky she became a devotee eventually. That's a complete miracle. You treat someone like that and become a devotee, it's just like. And then when I went to, and with my father, I started preaching with him heavy. What are you eating this stuff for? Just read this book. Make your life successful. Too attached to your wife. I'm lucky that they didn't put me in a mental institution. Right? Oh my God. So if you have friends, you can go places. And obviously you're not gonna eat meat, take intoxication or anything like that. You don't want to be around somewhere where they're smoking marijuana or anything like that. That's for sure. So, okay, time for shot. What?
One last
One last one.
that you're talking about cooperation. So I think one of the issues most of the youth are having now is that sometimes the senior devotees don't try and understand what their point of how they want to preach and engage other people.
Yeah.
And on the other hand, I think some of them they are just like look down and they are criticized even though they are doing something positive.
Yeah, that discourages them.
Yes, and I think some of the youths are having that problem. They won't, I think, reveal. But in a nutshell, they are using a third devotee just to sort of bad mouth about them, and they want to be good. So it actually discourages a lot of youth.
I know.
Yeah. So in those situations, how can young people remain motivated in Krishna consciousness?
It's a good question. We're on the line right now.
That's right.
I get in trouble. There's several different strategies you can employ. Hire a lawyer. I'm serious. I'm serious. Well, I'm serious because you have one of the older people who represent, who can go around and explain, or one of the youth who's actually bold enough just to talk. I mean, it's very hard because here in this society, amongst the society you were born in, it's very hierarchical. And if someone's older, you got to listen to them. I mean, obviously we respect old people, but it's not that they're always right. So you basically need someone who is as old as them to represent you, like you. I mean, you got certain people here, isn't it, in Fiji, who can represent the youth of their issues, because you're not going to be able to deal with them directly. I mean, we don't have that problem in the United States. That's why you're all invited to come. It's the land of the free. And our youth are very empowered. Very, very empowered. So, anyway, yeah, my suggestion is you have like someone who's a lawyer for you, not a real lawyer, but someone who's older, who can understand both sides. Don't call me Einstein. You gotta have someone local who can handle it, isn't it? One thing it's good. Most big organizations have something called an ombudsperson.
Yes.
You know what that is? That means if one of the employees has trouble or issues, they go to them, and they actually work for the organization, but they can represent the employee confidentially to the management. And I think that's required. And then some of the old people, sorry, they get angry. I've had my share of arguments with them. But it's just, they have to learn. If they want devotees to be encouraged to serve, devotees have to be empowered to serve according to their own needs and situation, isn't it? Otherwise, the young people will migrate. Haven't we seen so many people migrate? At least when you migrate, you come to America. Not New Zealand. New Zealand's too cold. Australia's too expensive. Yeah, much too expensive. So we'll arrange a nice house for you. So, all right, time for Prashad?
Yes,
Prashad's coming out here, right?
No, we're doing that.
Oh no. I thought it was a picnic. Okay, Prashad's in the house. What's that?
Can we take a picture?
Yeah, let's have a picture. So where should we take the picture?
I think that is fine.
Where I'm
We'll just
sitting?
come,
Yeah,
yeah.
we'll come.
Good. Should I turn
What's that?
Should I turn this off?
Give it to me. Yeah. People were how many people were watching?
There were 10.
It's hard to see actually. 'Cause, so
चलो हाइट के हिसाब से खड़ा हो जाए